Hey guys, Magnus here, and in today's video I want to show you guys some reverb tricks that I use in my productions. Using reverb the wrong way can really ruin your mixes. I had to learn the hard way. Without further ado, let's take a look. Okay, so we got the mix set up. I've got a vocal sample that we're gonna use. Let's mess around with some reverb. Let's take a listen. Without reverb.
Upon a hill across the blue lake, that's where I had my first heartbreak. I still remember how it all changed. My father said,
Okay, it's dry, it's got a little delay on it. It's an already bounced vocal stem that I have. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna create a send over here. Let's just use, what's a good number? Let's use Michael Jordan 23. Okay, and then we're gonna go here, aux 5. Let's name this reverb. And then first thing I'm going to do is put Valhalla vintage verb. If you don't have this, then this is one of the best plugins that I have, and I love this reverb. It's great. I actually also have Valhalla Room for different reasons, but this one is great. It's only $50 or something. I'm not affiliated or anything. I just really recommend this reverb. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to take some of the low end, because I don't want reverb in this frequency, especially not for the vocalist. She has a really high pitched voice. Decay for this tutorial, we're gonna make it pretty high. I wouldn't normally do it this way. Well, it all depends on the song, obviously. And we're just gonna leave it like that. That's good for now. And then the next thing that I'm going to do, we've already cut the low frequencies of the reverb over here. The highs are fine like that, but I'm just going to be extra safe and just cut them over here as well. 350 and 8000. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is add a compressor that has a sidechain in it. This is FabFilter Pro Compressor 2. This is my favorite compressor for sidechaining, without a doubt. Okay, so let's find the vocal sample. Vocal bounced YouTube demo. Okay, vocal bounced YouTube demo. Okay, you need to have a compressor with a sidechain in order to do this reverb trick. The next thing that we're gonna do, actually, let's just turn the bus up and let's listen to what we have right now.
upon a hill across the blue lake, that's where I had my first heartbreak. I still remember how it all changed. My father said,
Okay, so if I left it like this in the mix, it would possibly ruin the mix because the reverb is all over the place. So what we want to do is, whenever she sings, the reverb is gonna duck a little bit, and then when she releases, the reverb will explode. The reverb will come in big time. We've got a lot of decay on the reverb, as we did over here. So it's gonna sound super big, and the mix is 100%. Okay, so we're inside the compressor over here that I put on the bus channel. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this at opto. You could put it vocals, but opto. It's just personal preference. And then I'm going to enable these buttons. And we're gonna hit this X button over here. Okay, let's listen now.
upon a hill across the blue lake.
Okay, so it's ducking a little bit, but we want it a little bit more extreme. Let's see. And what we can do is, let me see.
Upon a hill across the blue lake,
Okay, so now she's singing, it's ducking quite a bit, and when she's singing, the reverb ducks down, and when she releases, it explodes. It explodes. Let's take one more listen.
Upon a hill across the blue lake, that's where I had my first heartbreak.
Okay, this is very extreme. I probably wouldn't have this much decay on the vocals, at least not in this song, but it's just for the tutorial. Okay, let's make it really extreme so you'll hear the difference.
Upon a hill across the blue lake, that's where I had my first heartbreak. I still remember how it all changed. My father said,
It's really cool. You can do this with instruments and even a bunch of tracks together to get some cool effects, especially if it's a lead or, well, you can do it with anything. Let's try to make it a little bit more realistic. Let's take somewhat of the decay and okay, let's mess around with it a little bit. So.
Upon a hill across the blue lake, that's where I had my first heartbreak. I still remember how it all changed. My father said,
Sounds a lot better. Let's try it with these effects over here. The lead of the song. This mix is pretty bad. This is not how it was released, but let's take a listen what we have here.
upon a hill across the blue lake, that's where I had my first heartbreak. I still remember how it all changed. My father said, don't you worry.
Ah, that sounds really... Yeah. I just pulled up an old session that I had somewhere, and it's probably not the freshest one. I can show you guys the final results later. Anyway, let's do the lead synths. Let's listen to them. Yeah, let's listen to them dry. This is Serum. Some pluck that I've found and messed around with. Okay, this sounds really boring. What we need to do is we probably need to bounce this track in place so that it's not a MIDI file anymore. Okay, so we got the track bounced and let's listen to it. Okay, again, really boring. Let's create another scent. Let's just throw this one up. Let's create a scent. We'll just do 30, 32, the Magic Johnson. Let's see, and we'll do just reverb 2. And we can just move this over. Same thing that we did before. Except this time, you need to change the audio to synth mellow. Here we go. Okay, let's just keep the same settings and see what we have. Let's turn this up, turn the bass up. That's a lot of reverb. Let's make it duck a little bit more. So we open up the compressor again, and let's put the sidechain level pretty high here. I think Alan Walker uses this a lot in his productions. I think the song Play, if you listen to Play by Alan Walker, they do this perfectly there. Okay, let's check it out. without it. Well, it has no reverb. If I were to put a reverb just like that, with no sidechain on, mix a little lower. Let's see what we would have. We would have without. We would also need to hear the whole mix to kind of see the difference, but this would really helps clean up the mix. Okay, so we're done with this mix. Let's check another one. I've got another mix up. This is a hip hop beat that I was working on the other day. I was trying to put some tricks here and there into the beat, some stops, some reverb tricks and stuff like that. So I came up with this. Let's just listen. It's a break part over here, and then we're going into some sort of reverb trick at this point. Let's just take a listen and see what we have. Okay, so let's go to this part. Take a look at this track, guitar feeling it. Okay, so on the track we have Valhalla already, my favorite reverb, but it's been automated to make this effect. Let's just play it by itself. Okay, so we put the mix and decay over here. We created this sort of ramp with the mix and that decay, and then maybe I should have bounced this out and just cut the volume, but it looks like I did it this way. And I've done this a bunch of times, and it's amazing the things you can do with this tail reverb thing that goes into the end of the track, and it goes up, 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 and then silence, or you can have it fade out, whatever you feel like. Let's listen again. Okay, there's that trick. Pretty simple. You don't need much. You just need to put the reverb on the track, and then you can automate it. You can actually create a bus as well. You can automate it by going into the reverb, and you can mess with anything over here. Decay, mix, attack, decay, and all that stuff. I believe I said decay twice. That's okay. There's that for this trick. Let's take a look at one more. Okay, so the last session, it's not a trick. I'm just going to show you guys the Valhalla Room reverb. I mentioned Vintage Reverb, Valhalla Vintage Reverb, and Valhalla Room. I don't use Valhalla Room a lot, but it's very handy for certain scenarios. And I'm going to show you just this little part. It's Stand By Me lo-fi version. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys this track over here. Let's just put it here. Nothing special to see. It's just a few strums by an acoustic guitar. So this is what the acoustic guitar sounded before. Pretty raw sounding. It's supposed to sound raw though, but okay, so we have this pitch correction to mess around with the guitar, but that's not what we're talking about today. We have Valhalla Room. and it really makes the instrument sound like you're playing in whatever room you want. You can mess around with this as much as you want. Let's take a look. I really like this effect. Let's make the decay. It's not cool messing around in the middle of the track playing. It's really cool. Yeah, here are the presets I was looking for earlier. Big spaces, slow attack cathedral. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's a little too much. Let's do dark, long chamber. Anyway, something to mess around with. Valhalla Room. I really dig this reverb, but the vintage one I think it's the crucial one. Let's see what I have here. What's on that bus 10? We have that reverb as well. Yeah, this is Valhalla Vintage, and we have put it on a bus, it looks like. Let's listen to the guitar. Let's just play the whole track. So the guitar is already bounced with all the plugins and everything on. I really like that sound. I used Sound Toys, Echo Boy Jr., and that's where you get the echo from in this track. Anyway, enough of this. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, peace out.